Hey, how close were you? Because I remember when you jumped on the Super High remix.
Yeah.
I think it was you and Currency was on the remix. And I remember that I can't even listen to the normal version of that record because that remix is so classic. But I remember there was like rumblings of you possibly joining MMG at the time. Like, was there ever like, did that ever get close to the finish line?
Well, Rick Ross is my man, bro. And he's another one. Like,
shout out to McQueen, shout out Bel Air.
Bumbu, shout out to Brett. He's another one who's like Snoop, who's like never stopped throwing me alley-oops or just putting, me in the game and just doing things to help me out. And he'll reach out personally or tell people like, yo, fuck with Wiz. And he's so cool, man. Like, I love that dude. So the story of how that went down is I think I did the mixtape Monday on MTV. You remember that shit?
I remember that shit.
On MTV
yeah.
Jams.
Yep.
Yeah, like that was a big deal. So I did Cushion Orange Juice. And I was like, I gotta be on fucking Mixtape Monday. And they were like, you could do it, but we're not sending nobody to film you. I was like, fuck y'all, I got my own film crew.
Right.
So I filmed my own shit. Like I filmed my own intro, I filmed my interviews, I filmed like my little video parts in the studio and shit like that. And they aired it and he seen that shit. He was like, this nigga is hard. So he called me personally. He hit me up through Spiff. Spiff was
shout out Spiff.
Spiff TV.
Yeah, Spiff TV.
And Sam Sneak. DJ, DJ Sam Sneak. He hit me up through them, called me personally, was like, yo, I fuck with you heavy. Fly down to Atlanta, come to my crib, let's just chill, record some songs or whatever. I'm like, hell yeah, nigga, you're Rick Ross.
Right,
like,
this is like peak MMG, shit's going crazy.
Like, this is after Big Meech and all that. Like, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. So I went down there. He had a pile of weed. He's like, yo, roll up. He took me sneaker shopping. He took me to go get some food. He took me to go get some tattoos. We recorded the verses separately. Like I did my verse in Pittsburgh and Spitta did his verse in New Orleans. Cause that's where he was like, yo, I got to tap in with both of y'all. Like y'all smoking, y'all doing this. So we did our verses and then we flew down there and we shot the video like that day. Spitta left, but I stayed another day and just chilled. And then by the time I got home, he called me again and was like, yo, I want to sign you, this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, bruv, I just started my own label.
Right, Taylor Gang just started.
I was like, a lot of people don't know, like I got out of a deal at Warner, but these niggas is trying to double back and sign me again, and I'm about to get a hell of a lot more money.
So after you left Warner the first time, they try to bring you back?
Well, the same people were at Atlantic at the time.
Well, I know, like, yeah, I mean...
so it was the same motherfuckers.
Okay. So the same team who was at Warner ended up over at Atlantic, and that's like, how you ended up at Atlantic.
That's not how I ended up there, but they ended up having to deal with me again because I had an A&R who was crazy about me, and he brought me to Atlantic, and they were like, bro, we just had that kid when he was over there. And he was like, nah, but he's like, he's that dude, blah, blah, blah. He's going to do this. And they were like, so you mean to tell us we got to sign the same motherfucker twice and give him more money the second time? So yeah, I took the money and I had to tell Rick Ross, like, we're keeping it on the low because like I didn't want to tell people I was signing another deal. Like, you know what I mean? Like it just wasn't my thing. I didn't want people to take away from the fact that I was doing all of that shit myself. Yeah. Making my own YouTubes, going on tour, doing all my own merch. I didn't want nobody stepping in and taking no credit or any of that. So they didn't come into the picture by people until like Black and Yellow and shit. But we had already been, you know what I mean, talking. So that's what I had to tell Rozay was like, you know, I'm talking to Atlantic. I'm finna make this happen, but we could always be family. We could always be cool.
That's big, man.
Yeah, man. It was good. And that's always been a big homie, man. He showed me so much love, yo. And he still does.